Tell me why there's a Caucasian man sleeping on my couch with his shoes on. Not in front of my mama. I'm not getting my ass beat in front of my mama. So what you wanna do?
Taste me how to duck. Taste me how to duck.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel and what's up?
What's up?
What y'all doing? How y'all been? Like, what's up? I just woke up from a good old nap, so if I look crazy, well, like, mind yours. You do you. And again, I do me. Okay? Basically today we're going to be telling a story time on when a homeless man broke into my house. So let's get into it. To be honest, I'm gonna be 100% real. Literally, this was like 5 days ago. Not even that, like 4 to 5 days ago. Crazy. I didn't write notes this time because since it was so recent, I'm still traumatized, so we just gonna keep the conversation moving. So about 2 weeks ago, we get a knock on our door. Who could that be? We open the door, and the neighbors that live behind me. So basically, we're not neighbors, but we are neighbors. You know what I mean. The neighbors that live behind us, he came and he was looking a little shook up, and he said, "Is there someone intentionally living in your garage?" Because our garage is in the back. We don't really use it though. So we're like, no, like how? Why do you think that? Like, what happened? Yeah, basically, there's been a man living in your garage for the past few nights, and it was getting, like, the weather was getting cold, like, because we're just getting over, like, winter. We are in spring now. Like, it's still getting a little cold because where I live, it will snow in the summertime, so that's some bull. But anyways, he's like, yeah, someone has been living in your thing, trying to get some warmth or whatever. Like, I've been watching him, but I didn't know if he was intentionally going in there, like y'all allowed it or something. So we're like, no, So the cops end up getting called just to make sure, like, we're safe, maybe get him somewhere else, like get him a real home, or like in a shelter or something, so he won't have to be living in a cold ass garage. After he told us that, and after the police were called and all this, they basically told us, like, y'all need to barricade the doors of that up. But to me personally, I didn't think it was that serious, because if y'all can't find him a place to live, and we don't even use the garage, why can't we let him be in there? I take that back, because let me get back to the story. So I really didn't think it was a big deal, because, you know, like, he just trying to get some warmth. Like, what does that have to do with us? Like, not like we're using it. It was a whole big thing in my family. They were very nervous. I don't now I understand why, but 2 weeks ago I really didn't know. So we have a security system, but that wasn't working at the time. Like, all of us got new keys and everything just to make sure that I don't really know why we got new keys, to be honest. We have to lock the doors all the time. Like, well, that's obvious. That's so obvious. I don't know why we weren't before. Probably because we were so trusting in our neighborhood that we were like, oh, like, what y'all want from us? We ain't got what are you gonna take from us? That was our bad. We did take that L. Anyways, weeks later after that, we're like staying consistent with, like, making sure the doors are locked and making sure we have our keys on us, and just doing the whole obvious regular living life. That's what we're supposed to do. Duh. About 2 weeks later, me and my friends, we got on live Da-da-da. We just had a good time on live, shaking. If I have some pictures or videos, I'll put them up there. And if I don't, you just had to be there to witness it. 21 Drake, get up, guys. This song's for you.
21, can you do something for me? Can you hit the little bridge flex for me? 21, can you do something for me? Can you talk to the ops next for me?
Wanna do your thing, 21, yellow diamonds in a watch. This shit costs a lot. Never seen a bitch up there.
I think I might have fleas. I'm not gonna lie to you, Annie.
Jesus.
I'm a savage. Smacker, booty, and magic.
Let me just say this. I was alone at home. Like, I was just alone. I ain't never worried about hoe. Because if you want it, I have knives hidden everywhere. Play with me if you want to. It was around maybe 11. I fell asleep on the couch. My mom, she got home a little later. The best thing for me to do is to sleep on the couch, because when she gets home, just in case she doesn't have her key, I can open it for her. And so I know when she gets home. Basically, around 1 or something, 1, 2 o'clock, my mom gets home. And by that time, I'm asleep. She walks past and she's like, don't forget to lock the door. Y'all gotta stay with me because this might be confusing to some. Not to all, because some people might have common sense, but to some others, you might be a dumb. She told me to lock the door. I don't know why she couldn't lock the door. I'm not really understanding it, but she told me to. And I'm really tired. Don't ask me to do nothing. Don't ask me to do nothing, because it may or may not get done. Y'all, I swear I locked the door. I know I locked the door because the way I did it, I was crickling and crackling, and my leg was behind my head, and my arms were over here. And so I know, oh, I locked the door. So I locked both of the doors. Let me carry on with the story, because this is where it gets a little crazy. Now my mom's home. Now I can go to my room and go to bed. Me and my cat, Stormy, we head to bed. My cat, she has her slippers on and her robe ready for bed, as well as I do. I go to sleep, and that's that. During that night, I had this terrifying, blood curdling dream. My heart was ripped out of my body because I watched this scary movie with my friends. What's it called? Evil Dead Rise.
Nothing a big old kiss from you won't fix.
And so that also definitely had something to do with me having a bad, scary ass dream. But I concur. I deflect. But I digress. So I woke up from that dream scared, sweat dripping down, legs trembling, heart beating, but it's still in my chest though. I get up and I'm like, okay, you know what I need? Me some good old cold water. I get up and I look, and Stormy's out of the room. She not sleeping with me anymore. So I'm like, oh, we're f you then. What? I go out and I go to the living room, and at the corner of my eye, I see a body laying on the couch. The first thought I had in my mind was oh, maybe my uncle came in drunk, late night. My mom let him in, and she just told him to sleep on the couch. I thought it was my uncle. I go to the kitchen. I get me a good old bottle of water out the freezer. So while I'm doing what I do, it can melt a little bit and I can keep licking it, because that's what I do. I get my bottle. I look back. I'm not looking at him. I just see at the corner of my eye, because that's all I really need to do. Because mind you, I'm tired. So I'm like y'all understand. I went to the bathroom and washed my face. Doing my whole routine, scrubbing, thinking about that dream because it was terrifying. It was scary as hell. I started thinking, so drinking, washing my face, I don't think my uncles would ever come that late at night just to stay here. And I also don't think my mom wouldn't tell me that they was coming. I gag and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, my God, oh my God. Mind you, when I'm washing my face, I never keep the bathroom door open. I don't care if I'm just looking in the mirror. I don't keep the bathroom door open. I don't trust it. I don't know why. It's just me. I'm shivering, opening this door because Lord knows he has a scream mask and he's ready to slice and dice me up. So I open the door and obviously he's not behind it. My charger was still in there because I went straight to bed. I just put my phone in my pocket and went straight to bed, and my phone was dead. So I had to charge it. I went to the living room, and while I was grabbing my charger, I looked and I peeked because I was like scared a little bit. I looked and I peeked. My God, oh my God. Tell me why there's a Caucasian man sleeping on my couch with his shoes on. I'm taken back and I gasp. And when I gasp, he moves a little bit. And so now I'm like, oh, I'm about to die. Now let me tell y'all something. I have no problem against homeless people. I'm not that type of person who will talk down or act like I'm better than anyone. I'm blessed to have the stuff that I have, but you gotta go. You gotta go. Anyway, so I gag and I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I run to my mom's room. I'm like, mom, like, oh my gosh. She's dead asleep. I don't think I'm a deep sleeper, but she is. I guess I got it from my daddy's side or something, but that's not what I'm talking about. I go to my mom. I'm like, mom, like, this grown ass Caucasian man is in our house right now. She just woke up, obviously, so she really doesn't understand what I'm trying to say because I'm stumbling over my words. My tongue's swollen, I'm dizzy, I'm scared, I'm shivering. So she doesn't really understand what I'm saying. So I have to repeat it a few times. There's someone in our house and he's sleeping on a couch with his shoes on. She finally gets up and she creeps over. We go in there and she sees him. She decides to say something. Excuse me, you need to get out of my house. Like, what are you doing? How'd you get in? You need to get up and you need to leave. He's kind of like moving, so I know she woke him up, but he is like not listening. He's not comprehending or something. I don't know, but I don't trust this man. What the hell would I trust him for? I don't know him. So, me being me and me being, you know what I did? I grabbed a knife. I grabbed the biggest knife that I could, and I'm right beside my mom like, you talking about word too. Me and my mom are standing in the living room while this wigger is sleeping on my couch. She's like, excuse me, like, you need to get up now before I call the police. He grumbles like cause he's an old grumpy man. Let me fix my voice. I'll wait till they get here. I'm sorry. He says that, and now I'm like, oh, he's psycho. He's insane. I'm like, one sec. I tell my mom, one sec. I go to my room. I put on a good old hoodie, put on my J's, cause you got me f***ed up. I go back in there and I'm like, bro, you need to go. So I open the door and I say, you need to get to stepping. Man of the house. I'm like, yeah, you need to get to stepping. He's like, grumbling. So my mom's like, you need to go. Like, you need to go. He finally turns over because he wasn't looking at us the whole time. Like, he had his back turned to the back of the couch. Because I guess the nigga was sleeping good. But with your shoes on, though, like, for real, I'm like, get to stepping, and I hold the door open for him. So she's like, how did you get in my house? Like, how'd you get in? Last night the doors were open. That might be my bad. You can't put the blame on me, because first of all, what kind of sane human being opens someone else's door just like open sesame someone else's house? Like, that's crazy to me. That's babonkulous and that's barbaric. He's like, yeah, the door was open, so I just came in here. He grumbles up. Mind you, he didn't see me, but he heard man's voice, and that's when he started to get up, which is weird. He's like, you need to get up and get out before the police come. Like, I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you. He grumbles up. He's like, and I finally get to see his face. I'm gonna put a few pictures of what this man looked like just for recognition. Maybe y'all know him from somewhere. I don't know. He goes to everyone's houses, I guess. Anyways, when he wakes up, he like kind of sits up, and I still have the knife in my hand. He looks at my shoes, and he looked at my mom like once, like did a little, but he looks at my shoes, and he looks slowly up to my eyes, sizing me up. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, how are you gonna size me up in my own house? You must wanna fight. I put that hood on, just like this. Hold on. Just like this. And I put this foot up. I step up. Not in front of my mama. I'm not getting my ass beat in front of my mama. So what you wanna do? So he sized me up a little bit. I'm like, oh, we finna scrap. We finna scrap in my living room, because how you wanna fight me because you broke into my house? Hello? I'm really not worried. I'm really not worried, because first of all, you old, decrepit, and you broke into my house, and you sleeping on the couch with your shoes on? Oh yeah, what's up? What's up? What's up? He sized me up. He's like, and I'm like what? What? He surely enough takes his too old ass, stands his ass up, and goes to the door. Me and my mom, we're just standing there like the Avengers or something, I don't know. He walks off. Like, he was weird. He was too comfortable. He grumbles along and he seesaws his ass out of here. I'm like, okay, like, that was wild. That was crazy. That was scary. I'm my bad. That one is on me, I guess. He walks out and my mom's watching him through like the multiple windows because he's going around. He goes around the house like to our backyard, and so that means he's going to the garage. So my mom, she's like, Hezekiah, he's going to the garage. First of all, it's too early in the morning for you to be playing around, sleeping in my house. Second of all, look, why are you going back there when it's supposed to be boarded up? You can't live, I don't know where you gonna go, but you can't live here. I put my shoes back on and I get my pocket knife, because there's multiples of this house. Like, 1 sec, Madre, let me go handle this. I go back outside and I see him, and he's like not really running. Like, have y'all ever seen a leprechaun run? Exhibit A. He was kind of skipping a little bit, if that makes sense. Like, he was crazy. He was old, so old ass. He keeps running. He's gone after that. I'm not finna chase you. First of all, I don't run. And second of all, I'm sleepy. I go back inside, shivering and timbering, because now you got my blood pressure up, and now I feel like fainting, and now I feel like falling asleep. So that's what's happening. After that, we have a security system, and it is into session, but I really haven't seen him since. There's other ways to go about things. I feel like if you need help, just ask. Don't be the dumbass that walks into people's houses. You don't know what could have happened to you. Like, you don't know if I just felt like cutting a hoe and I start snipping you. Like, you never know. I never heard of people just walking in your house like there's no other. I've never heard of that before. I'm sorry. Maybe I've been living under a rock. So has other people. Jeez. Oh, jeez. But yeah, y'all, that's the end of this story time. Let me know what you think. How do you feel? How do you feel about it? I'm so close to 100 subscribers, so go ahead and if you're not subscribed now, go ahead and do that. It doesn't take nothing. And if you're gonna break into somebody's house, at least take your shoes off. Stay delusional. Bye, y'all. Yeah, baby.